Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do a craft with me. We're going to make some tags. When we did our Christmas in the Country album, I made some tags, but they had to be kept pretty flat because they were going in a book. And we may make more that are fairly flat, but I just wanted to show you some just tags, just make some together. These would be really cute on a Christmas tree because we're going to use Christmas in the Country again. But of course you can use whatever paper you like, and let's just get started. Again, the Christmas in the Country collection was my design team collection from Country Craft Creations, and you will be able to purchase it there, as will most likely most of the supplies I use, since I do get most of my things from there. So let me show you, I want to show you some bases for tags, and then we'll get started on one or two different ones. So these you may recognize are the graphic 45 tags. This is the artist treating size in the black. This is the square in the craft. There's a couple of other sizes, I think. And they come also in, what's it called? I think it's called cream? I'm not sure. Ivory. I think it's called ivory. That's what we used in the Christmas in the Country album. And there's also a die set that you can purchase to cut mats that will just fit these tags perfectly. So these are great, easy, they're all made, they come in some good sizes, and I like them a lot, I use them a lot. And then I showed you in the Christmas in the Country series how to make your own tags, and we may do that again today, a different style maybe. I'm sorry, my kitty's meowing. And this is just a scrap of just good old artisan cardstock. You can always make a tag out of that. This is the packaging from the Say It With Crystals, Say It in Crystals. That's part of the collection, and perfect size for tag. Make a tag out of that. Probably want to paint it or gesso it or something to tone down that shine, but you could use that. This is an office supply tag, just from the office store. Okay, make a tag out of that. This is a piece of chipboard, just leftover chipboard, and we're going to start with this. And I wanted to show you, this is what I've ended up with to work with. Hey, jolly. And all you have to do to make this, you could just do it as is. You could cut off the corners. You can do it whatever you like. What I did is I had a piece of chipboard that was, honey, really, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to see. Yeah, I know. So I've been at work all day, and she's very happy to have me home and wants to assist. Okay, sorry about that. I will have edited out some of that. She was definitely in the mood for snuggling and didn't want to leave. So let me talk again about this. Grab my ruler here. All right, so this does not need to be a particular size, okay? I'm just going to show you how I would do this one. So measure how wide, pick up a width that works for you. This is a scrap. It's 4.5 inches wide by 6 1/4. And it's just a scrap from my pile of scraps. And to make this into a tag, again, you could cut a corner off and then cut the other corner to match. I usually like a round top on a tag. Not always, but quite a bit. I like the way they look, and so let me go ahead and show you what I would do with this. We're not actually going to do it because I've already done it, but I'm just going to show you. Take something round, all right, like your score tape. This one's not quite big enough. Is that bigger? No. Let's see, what have I got that's bigger? Let's see, a score tape that has more tape on it. That'll work. And let's see, I should have got a pencil out before we started. Okay, and then you're just going to take a pencil and draw an arc. And one thing it's a good idea to do, and I probably should have done it before I drew that arc, so let's just make a mark. Decide about how far down you want your arc to start. I'm going to say 1 3/4. I'm going to guesstimate, since it looks like that's about where it's going to go. And then when you put your circular item, try and line it up so it just hits that mark on each side, which this one does. Hope you could see that. Sorry. And then draw your line. Don't worry, you're going to cut it off. All right, mine's a little flat on the top, so I think I need it a little bit lower. Okay, like that. So you're just going to draw an arc. That's a good size for you. Move this off to the side. And then the way I cut that arc is with my Tim Holtz scissors. You're going to just cut this out. I might as well do it. Hang on. And of course, I was a little hurried doing that, but you'll be careful. Make sure your measurements are even so that you don't have a crooked arch. Right. There we go, just like that. Voila, a tag. Okay, let me set that aside. All right, so then what I did, and you could paint that. You don't have to wrap it like I did. You could just paint it, get out some acrylic paint or whatever and paint it, or just use it as is. But what I did is I laid mine on a piece of artisan cardstock that was an inch wider in, you know, both all directions. Actually, it might have been like 3/4 of an inch. I don't know if it was a full inch. Say 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 here, 3/4 here, 3/4 here, and 3/4 here. And then I wrapped just like you would a book cover, like we've done a million times. And then the only difference is up here on the top where it was going around the arch, I cut, and I think you can see, and I'll try to zoom in on the picture, but I cut about every 1/2 inch, maybe a little more, all the way around the arch, that piece. So I like cut all the way around. Just short of the chipboard. I left probably about that distance. What is that? Not quite 1/4 of an inch. About the height of the chipboard I left uncut. Maybe a hair more maybe. And then I just rolled it over and glued it down as I was going around and arranged it so that it looked neat. And as you can see on the edge, you can see little pleats and things as it went around the edge. And then I just punched a hole in it with my crocodile. And I lined the back first. I made a little liner for the back and then glued it on, and then I punched the hole. All right, so we're going to start with this one. And you could mat this if you want. And to do that, to make a template to match it, or you could just cut a piece, you know, however wide this is. What is this, 4 1/4? So you could cut a piece 4 by 6 and then just trace the arch. I am so sorry. She's just being really demanding today. Okay. Sorry, now I've got cat hair all over. Hang on. All right, I don't know. All right. So you could mat this if you wanted. I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it as is. And let's see what we have to work with. I have, hang on, I'm going to reach over here. I have this whole box of like scraps and crystals and chipboards and things that we didn't use in the big album. And then I have some bigger scrap pieces over to the side. I have all kinds of embellishments. I also pulled out, I've got this ribbon, which I don't know if we'll use on this one or not. I pulled out this is Tim Holtz collage paper. It's not Christmas. I think it's actually a spring design, but I use it a lot. I like it. So we might use that. And we'll see. We're just going to play, see what we like. Oh, I also pulled out, I have this little holly that I die cut using this die. But what I really wanted it for was the piece that I cut out. Like, I thought I might use some texture paste. We'll see. Somewhere I've got that light bulb too that I wanted to use on the cover of the book that I never used. So let's just take a look. I'm just going to reach over and just grab something to get started. You don't want to fuss too much because you could just like never get anything done because you want it to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Kind of like that. There. What else we've got? Let's see. We have that Santa. Prima, which is, I used him a lot in the book. I have a couple of little, these are cut-aparts, I think. Yeah, these were cut-aparts. Maybe one of those, kind of like that. And let's see. Of okay with this sort of base, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. Ink. I'm just going to grab my vintage photo, the same ink I've been using for this paper. You can see how I dither over this stuff. It's one reason I don't make videos showing a lot of my embellishing, because I do dither over it and it takes a long time, and I don't want you all to be bored. All right, and let's put that one there. Okay, and then we're going to do this little wreath. Right there. Okay. And let's see, I think that's going to go about there, but we'll wait and see because we probably want to add some other things first. I think maybe that there. But you know what? Let's hang on. Let me pick this up. I don't want to lose that. That there, I'm going to put my pin in my glue. Alright, I am going to grab This is texture paste. We'll just make Ranger texture paste. And I'm going to grab a scrap. So assuming I can get it open. Okay. All right. And I know I should have a little like spatula or something to apply this stuff, but I don't. Whenever I apply it, I usually just use a scrap of something. Let me see if I have something a little narrower. This will do. Alright, so I'm just cut myself a little scrap. And I'm going to take this and we're going to see if this works. It might not. Oh gosh, hang on. I just grabbed the wrong piece. There's my scrap. Just used my piece of ephemera by mistake. Okay, hang on. Okay. All right, so I just grabbed a blob of this, and we're just gonna smush it on. If you have an actual stencil, that would work great. I don't. I just have whatever I put together. Let's put a little bit more. Okay. Yikes. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, that's not too bad at all. Okay, and I'm going to do another one, but I want to let that dry, I think. Let me just scraping off my pseudo template here, which I kind of, because it's not a real template, it got a little wrecked in the process, but that's all right. I'm going to let everything there dry so that we can redo that. Let me put the lid back on my texture paste. All right, you probably could use a template, instead of using just cardstock, maybe a little thin piece of plastic or acetate would make a better template for that. Let me see. Yeah, these two leaves got a little mushed together, but that's all right. I like it. That's probably going to be covered anyway. I do like that. All right. All right. Now I really want to do some more, but I can't because I have to let that dry. All right. I'm going to let this dry, and then I will be back, and we'll do some more on this tag. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So I've laid out a few things for us to do, and I want to show you some other things. I'm going to move these off. When we left off, I had put down some texture paste and was waiting for it to dry. And I want to show you when it did dry, I did add a couple of things. So I just want you to see. We had added this texture paste holly here, and I just added a second one going in this direction. And while that was wet, I pressed this little die cut down. Okay. So that's all that I did while you were not here. And then I laid out some things. Let me just cut this. So I thought I would put this holly leaf. Whoop. Okay, sorry about that. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. She hadn't had her breakfast yet, so I went and fed them. All right, so here's our tag. And this is the little die cut that we use to make. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, honey. I know you want to be in the middle of things. Here is the die cut that we use to make the template to do the texture paste. So I'm going to add that right there. And then we have this. And we have this large poinsettia. These little flowers are from my stash. You could use whatever little flowers you have. And I'm going to do about like that, and then balance the other leaf off with this holly. And we're going to put this about here, and this up here to balance this side. And then we'll do some other little things, maybe some liquid pearls, some crystals, and certainly we're going to do a tie. So we'll see. But let's go ahead. I know that these are going here, so I'm going to go ahead and start with gluing these down. And I think, I'm trying to decide if I want to ink this little holly. It's pretty fragile, but I could probably get a little bit of color on it. Let's see. Just on the tips of the leaves. Just to give it a little depth. Okay. Yeah, that's good. All right, so let's go ahead and put that down first. Put it right. I don't want to cover that 25, so let's just get it over a little bit. There we go. All right, and this is a fabric leaf, so I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. This was art glitter glue, which I have no idea why it's called that. It doesn't have glitter in it, but when I do large leaves like this, I just put a bead of glue down the spine. I'm going to let that angle off a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going to cut a little more of that stem off. Okay. All right, and then we're going to do this large one. I need some. I don't know, I think this bottle's pretty full, but okay. Just tuck that down in the corner. And I'm going to put this one down next, right here. This one's paper, so I'm going to use art glitter glue on this. There's that. And I'm going to put this pretty rose here. I feel like I put that a little far out. I may need to add another little something there. That's all right. I have stuff I can add. And this one's also paper, so I use art glitter glue on this one. Just putting a big dollop of glue. Stick it right there. Yeah, we're definitely going to need a little something there because I put that a little far out. Okay. Just putting that up a little. I feel like that needs more glue. It's one thing with Fabri-Tac, it doesn't grab on the way art glitter glue does. this one down. And tuck that one underneath. Take a minute. Now let me see if I can find another. I think I'm just going to put another little holly leaf or some other kind of leaf there. Just pull out my box. So when you're doing it, just make sure you don't put your holly leaf too far out like I did, but it actually looks kind of nice with two, so I'm not sad about it. Let's see, just deciding, yeah, we'll layer it just about like that. I think this is why I have problems with my Fabri-Tac, because I keep forgetting to put the lid back on. Like that. Okay, that's good. So we haven't glued this down yet. And I think I want this up a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of foam tape, but for this I think it'll be fine. Let's put a little glitter glue on there just to. Okay, and I'm gonna put that. I think that was Jolly. She just fell off the windowsill onto a desk, so she didn't go very far. Okay, there we go. Lift that up to take a look. I'm just wondering if that's too big. I mean, I definitely want something up there, but I feel like that may unbalance it. Hang on. I'm reaching behind me into that little box that I showed you. Yeah. I was kind of hanging on to that for another tag, but I think it needs to go there with a holly leaf, I think. Yeah. Overlapping the little sign a little bit. That's good. Okay. And I'm going to take these berries off. I like the way they look, and you can always add them back, but they add so much bulk that they hold the leaves up more than I want. Okay, so we're going to work with those separately. Okay. Remember, just because you get an embellishment and it comes a certain way doesn't mean you can't tear it up and adapt it for how you want it. Let's see, I'm going to turn that so I've got it facing just the way I want it. Right there. And then we're going to tuck this last leaf underneath. There, okay. Bring that over just a little bit. There we go. All right, that is pretty. Now, these ones I held on with the Fabri-Tac, they feel like they've caught. We don't want to fool around with that too much because they're not dry yet. Okay, now I'm trying to decide what we want to use. So we still have our crystals. I think we definitely want to use some of these. And it looks a little plain here, but I don't really mind that. I think I'm going to leave that. Unless we just want to put some little dots here. You know what? I think I have. Hang on. Let me just pull out some of this ephemera. I had the ephemera packs came with these little stars and things. How about if we use a couple of those up here? Just to make it look a little less white up there. How's that? That looks good. And we also have some little silver and gold beads if we want to use those. I don't think we want to use all of these, but let's see. I think I'll save that for another one. Okay. We'll use this one. All right, we'll use these three. That's good. Yeah, I like that. It tones down the white up there a little bit. All right, let's put these down with our art glitter glue. And let's grab a pair of tweezers. I like to use tweezers to put down these little tiny things. There's one. I don't want it to look too straight. Let's put it that way. Just so you can see, I think I was doing some of that off camera, so I'll give you an idea. I'm just putting a little glue on the back and just popping it down. Perfect. Okay, I like that. And these are the little beads I was saying I have, which I don't think there's really a particular, oops, I have a paper clip in there too. Yeah, so it actually looks nice. We might want to add a few of those, huh? Maybe, as they roll around. I like that one there, though. Maybe that there. Okay, let's see. I think I want something a little viscous like the Fabri-Tac to hold those down. Hot glue would probably be a better bet, but I think we've established that the hot glue gun is not my friend. Just trying to think. I'm gonna try this. Hang on one second. Let me grab. Grabbing a piece of plastic. I'm going to put a dab of the Fabri-Tac on the plastic. Well, hopefully I'm going to put a dab of glue on the Fabri-Tac. I mean on the plastic. Fabri-Tac on the plastic, yes, there we go, okay. Just a little bit. Put it on. Okay, and these are not the best tweezers for this, hang on. I don't know what I've done with my favorite tweezers. Let's see if these work. Okay, and we're just gonna dip this bead in there, get some glue on it. There we go. And just pop it down right there. Perfect. All right. Let's see, I think I want to go with, do I want silver? No, really, I want gold. What I'm doing when I'm putting, I don't know if you can see, it's going to be hard for me to do this on camera, but I'm trying to get the bead in the tweezers with the hole that's in the bead going sideways so that the glue goes onto a solid side and a solid side is facing up when I put it down. Okay. And let's, almost lost that one. I'll put this one there. That. And let's see. Just wondering, do we want to balance it off with one up here? Or does that just look, that just looks too random? I think what we need to do is put a couple together with maybe a silver one, maybe up here, just to, so they don't look like they're just sort of sitting there randomly by themselves. Those two together. Oh, you know what would look good with that maybe? Is these beads. Yeah, these are the ones that I pulled off of there. All right. Hang on. I think it has something to do with my hands. I think I'm running out of that glue. My little glue dot is there. Like that. That looks cute. Yep. All right. Now we have these, and we have our liquid pearls. Oh, there's another bead. Let's put that there. Let's grab one of these little green ones. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna get my glossy accents. Dropped it. Okay. Well, all right, you know what? We'll just use, I probably should just get out my other tweezers. Okay. And I think I said I was going to put that about here. There we go. That's good. And let's maybe do a medium-sized one. I like these little green ones. Right about there. Oh, I put way too much. Okay, but that's all right. Here. Go. And maybe, let's see. the white ones up there. Okay, and I think we need to add, of course there's going to be probably a bow right there, so I don't know how much is going to get hidden up there, but I still think we should put something there. You want one of the red ones there? No. Let's go back to the green. Right there. Yeah, let's put a green one right there. Okay. Let's see, we've got these little clear ones. I feel like it needs a little sparkle. Remember, it's going to be on a Christmas tree, so we want it to pick up the, you know, the lights on the tree and sparkle a little bit. Yeah, that looks good there. Okay, we want another one of those. So we want to balance that off by having one near the top. How about right? I don't want to distract too much from those stars. How about right there? Okay. That's good. Okay, what do I do with the lid? There it is. Now, let's see. Remember, the whole point of this is to just like go over the top with it a little bit, as you may have guessed already. And I feel like maybe we could tuck in a little of this glittery ribbon. So let's get piece, just like that, and let's just want to cut the bottom in a little flag like that. Tuck that in there. I think we want a second one. Stack these. This is, if you remember, if you watched the Christmas in the Country mini album, we did this on a couple of places. Yeah, that looks fine. So I'm going to staple those together. You could glue them, or you know, whatever works for you. I'm going to staple them. Okay, that way I can deal with them as a whole rather than one at a time. And let's see, I think I want to kind of tuck it up in under these poinsettia petals. Yeah, just like that. That's pretty. All right, so let's get a little glue on those. This is fabric, so I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. Fabri-Tac on its side. Okay, now let's turn this a little bit. I'm going to use my tweezers just to lift up those petals and get that tucked up in there. Just like that. Good. Yeah, That's nice. That adds a little bit. I wonder if we want to do another one. Let's see. Okay, this is just a test. I haven't actually cut this. Just to add a little. Yeah, okay, that's good. Pretty short. There we go. We're going to tuck this one right up in there. Just like that, just by itself. Okay. Okay. Oh. Nice. I wonder, do we need one over here? This is all about gilding the lily. Yep, we do. Okay. Just gonna cut that a tiny bit shorter, not much. All right. Let's use tweezers. Just tuck it in there, just sticking out a little bit. Oh yeah, okay, this is definitely coming along. Now, do we need one up the top to balance all these ones on the bottom? Probably, maybe two. So I'm just gonna cut two. And I'm just gonna do one for now, but let's see, maybe. Up under there. I like the idea, but I don't want it to be too much. I'm afraid if I put it there, you're never going to see it because there's going to be a bow here. Let's see. Or maybe over here. I really feel like I need to put one here. I just don't know where. I'm sorry. Oh, honey, you're stepping on my computer. Down you go. I'm sorry. I know you want to be in the middle of things, but you're getting on today. Okay, I know. I keep coming back to this spot here, which kind of brings it around. So let's try that. Right. That's good. All right. Let's see how that looks if we need a second one. I think we just a little one just sticking out the side there. All right, cut this one pretty. pretty short. Let's see. Yeah, just like that. Just a peek. I think I want to pivot that just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's good. All right, now, do we want to add the liquid pearls? I don't think so. I think we're kind of getting there. I think we need to start thinking about what we're going to put. I never did put a grommet or anything in there, so let's decide what we're going to do about that. I'll be back in a minute. All right, I am back, and what I did is I did put a little grommet there using my crocodile, but you don't have to because it is cardstock. I mean, chipboard's pretty sturdy, but you could put a like an office reinforcement there if you wanted to. And then I've just taken a piece of my golden white baker's twine, you could use any thin twine, and just tied a loop. And this is to hang it from the tree. We're still going to put some decorative ribbon here, but I wanted just a thin something to put the Christmas tree hanger through or to loop over a branch. Okay, now I'm going to take my favorite little glitter ribbon. I'm going to have to go buy more of this. I'm probably running out. I love this stuff. And we're going to insert that. I'm just pinching it down. Okay, and then I want to make sure I've got the glitter side facing up. Like that. Okay. And then just twist it so that both sides are facing forward. Both sides have the glitter facing forward. And then I'm going to staple those like that. Okay. And then I'm just pulling this. I want the knot of this little loop to be at the back. Okay. And then let's see, we want to tie something. I think those are the last things we're going to put through there. So I'm going to turn it over just very gently so you can see that I've got the knot. I hope you can see. I have the knot of the twine right there. And I'm just going to trim so I don't have long tails. There we go. All right, and then I think I'm going to mat this back, and I've cut this 4x6 card to do it. But that knot is going to make quite the lump, so I'm probably not going to be able to make it flat. So I think I'll put a little tape there just to keep it in place. Could use glue, but I think I'll just use some score tape. Just like there. I just don't want that knot to slide if I can help it. I think I will maybe use a dab of Fabri-Tac there as well. It doesn't really matter if the knot is, you know, at the top or whatever, but I just don't want it to be. All right, I'm just putting some Fabri-Tac there to try to hold that in place. Okay. All right, and while I have it turned over, I might as well add this mat. This was just one of the 4x6 cards. You could use anything you like, of course. And I would recommend matting the back, which you could do before you decorate the front. Probably be a good idea, except this way I can put it over the knot. I don't want to leave the back plain because, you know, Christmas ornaments, things hanging on the tree have a habit of spinning around, and the back might actually end up visible at some point. All right, I'm not pressing down too hard because I don't want to smash the front. And like I said, it's not really gonna go flat here at the top, but that's all right. about that. This is just so that if it does get turned around while it's hanging on the tree, there'll be something visible. Okay, there we go. Maybe put a jewel or something there. Maybe that's what we want. I think that might be the way to go. Yep, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna use Fabri-Tac since this is fabric. Although it's glitter. You know what, let's just use glitter glue. And I'm gonna pull this where I can see it. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm just gonna let all that dry and clean up and we'll wrap up. All right, so here's our finished tag ornament, and you got a little cameo from Holly, who doesn't usually appear on camera, but that was Holly. So here it is, all finished. It's finished on the back and hang on the tree. Not a hard project, just using up a lot of your little leftover pieces. I hope you enjoyed it, and I may come back and do another video with a different ornament as the season goes on. If you have any questions, just ask them down below, or any comments are always appreciated. And that's it. Again, this is a design team project. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning. This is a design team project for Country Craft Creations. All the supplies are available there. And of course, you can use whatever you have on hand. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you did so. If you have, thank you so much. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next project. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.